I'm a little curious. Let me put the scene together for you. You're at the bar.
Okay.
You make eyes with a very attractive guy. He
Okay.
takes initiative. He comes over and then he says, I don't know what I need to say to you to have intercourse, but can we assume I said it and go straight to the sex? Like, Angela, does he have a shot or are you slapping his face?
Honestly, I would probably hear the guy out just because
Oh,
I've never been approached like that before. And I'm no longer in my 20s, so yeah, let's just cut to the chase, man. But I would want to know: are you any good at it?
oh, okay.
Is it going to be worth my while?
Ah. if,
Hey,
if only,
to, to quote from Sleepless in Seattle, conversation and verbal ability is highly overrated in a man. So,
well, more on John Nash's lack of dating etiquette later, probably. But
yes.
let's talk about a film by Ron Howard, his 2001 John Nash biopic, A Beautiful Mind. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeff Johnson,
And I'm Angela Norris.
and this is a Film by Podcast. Angela, welcome back. Welcome to season 7.
Thank you.
Been
Good to
waiting
be
for you
here.
to been waiting for you to walk back in that door. Happy to have you.
Thanks.
Can I, before we jump in, can I give you a quick top 3 list?
Okay, sure.
All right, I'm going to give you top 3 most annoying commercials.
Okay.
Number 3, the pharmacy drugs, where you get to see people like living like wonderful lives, and symptoms may include, and side
Death.
effects may include death and dismemberment. Ask your doctor if Vasutritrex is right for you. Those I can't stand those.
Yes.
More so though, at number 2, I've got online casinos because they gotta add all the tones and the bells and the buzzers from the casino, and they're so damn annoying. I hate those commercials.
Yeah. The latest one I've seen is Ryan Seacrest, and he bugs me. So yes, doubly annoying.
I I was listening to a podcast just a couple weeks ago, and the commercial break, it had like I ended up hearing that Ryan Seacrest one like 6 times,
hmm
and I thought I've never met the guy, but I want to punch him in the face. That's that's how I
Yes.
reacted,
That's
and
that's
I
usually my visceral reaction to him too. Yes.
and I'm apologizing because the irony is that someone is we're going to go to a commercial break later, and it will
Yes.
probably have the Ryan Seacrest online casino, but number
Joke's on
one,
you, Jeff.
but overall, the number one I can't stand, and it's any of them that have that AI voice narrating the product.
Yes.
You
hmm
see a lot of those on YouTube, I think, but you can tell there's like 4 distinct AI voices that
hmm
a lot of commercials are using. I can't stand them.
Dismissing a lot of the human talent out there, but what does any of this have to do with a beautiful mind? May I ask?
Not much, unless you take into account that if you join our Patreon, in addition to all the exclusive episodes we have for you, you can also listen to the show early and ad free now. So
Woohoo!
we started doing this a couple weeks ago. It seems to be going over well, so we'll keep doing it. But yeah, listeners starting for as little as $3 a month, you can hear the show ad free. Go to patreon.com/a film by podcast today and sign up for a free 7-day trial and discover what you've been missing.
An excellent perk.
Angela, 3 things you may not know about Ron Howard and a quote.
Okay. Well, I didn't know
I,
this that he. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I jump the gun?
I,
I'm sorry.
I'm usually like the 3 things in a quote person,
No, go
but
ahead. Yeah, no, no,
do
no.
you
Go ahead.
have do you have 3 things in a quote? I didn't know
I
you
do.
did
I
that.
do. I'm sorry. I thought I was supposed to contribute.
Okay. Okay. Well, you know what? How about six things and two quotes? Let's roll with this. Ladies first. What do you got about Ron Howard?
Well, this I learned. I knew he had a Hollywood Walk of Fame, but he actually has two of them, one for TV and one for film.
He's
So
got
he's,
two stars.
mm-hmm. So
Wow.
yeah, 1981, he received his one for television and the second for film.
I did not have that. I did not have that last week when Amber Lewis and I talked about the Da Vinci Code. All right, let's go. We'll bat the ball back and forth. How about that? I got one
Okay.
for you. Ron Howard's favorite film happens to be One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest,
Great
which
film.
which we covered on our Patreon just a few months ago as part of our limited series, A Film at 50.
Excellent movie.
What do you got for me?
I knew he was a child actor, obviously from the Annie Griffith Show. Watched that a lot with my grandpa, obviously reruns. But he apparently started acting when he was 18 months old, and then he left the Happy Days series to focus on filmmaking.
That he did. Uh, Howard was also no stranger to voice acting. In 1969, he appeared on the Disneyland Records album, The Story and Song from the Haunted Mansion. He played one of two teenagers who get trapped inside the Haunted Mansion. Years later, it was reissued on cassette and CD as A Spooky Night in Disney's Haunted Mansion.
What's a cassette?
Tell us more, Grandpa.
Yeah, yeah. I still get sometimes, yeah, looks from some of my younger co. Um, this one I knew, but I still thought it was a fun fact for listeners who may not know this. But all four of his kids are named after the places they were conceived.
Well, Angela, you clearly did not listen to last week's episode because we talked
I
about that.
I did not. I'm so sorry. Well, then it's
Well,
good parent repeating. I'm so sorry.
that's you know what for all the listeners who did not listen to Amber destroy Ron Howard's Da Vinci Code last week. Yeah, see, he
Which I'm
he
going to definitely be listening for this now because I
he
want to
does.
know. I want to
Yeah,
know the rants.
yeah. All four children named after the places they were conceived. Listeners, go back and go back to last week and check that out because we Amber and I talk about that real quick. Angela, you mentioned I got one last one here for you. You mentioned
Mhm.
Andy Griffith in February of 2025. Ron Howard revealed that he had recently discovered that he and one of his co-stars from the Andy Griffith Show were distant cousins.
Oh wow.
Any guesses who?
No, I couldn't tell you all who was on that besides him, Annie Griffith, and what Don Knotts. That's the
Don
only.
Knotts. There you go. Ding,
Was it
ding, ding.
okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Neither of them were aware of that. Well, Knotts was still alive though. They,
okay. Oh,
if memory serves, they're like sixth cousins. They're like distant cousins. So yeah, very cool stuff. Now I got a quote, but I think you said you got a quote.
I do.
All right, what do you got?
Um, I really like this. He said, "I don't choose something unless I think I have a personal understanding," and which I think is super important that we're just not doing projects just projects. It doesn't have to be money motivated or anything, but invest and connect with and then create something. I really like that.
That is absolutely. I can hear him saying that. Me and the conmen, we got to meet Ron Howard last
Mm-hmm.
fall. One of the nicest guys you can talk to. Just a gentle soul. Um, my quote. I saw this was a. He was talking about his preference between acting and directing,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "It was always my dream to be a director. A lot of it had to do with controlling my own destiny." Because as a young actor, you feel at everyone's disposal. But
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to become a leader in the business. How about that? Angela, this season, obviously, we are celebrating the films of 2001 and 2006. We're going after the big movies, the blockbusters. We're having fun. And with that, we have abandoned the need for long winded descriptions of what the movie's about, because they're not exactly underrated. So this season we are doing the 5 word synopsis. So I'm going to challenge you. This is your first time back
Mm-hmm.
this year since we started doing this. Can you give me a synopsis for A Beautiful Mind using exactly 5 words?
Genius finds love and accreditation.
That's really nice. I like that.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yours a little more soft, a little more sweet than mine. I I have Prodigy succeeds despite mental illness.
Yep, very good. Yes, I
Both
did
work.
put a little more of a romantic flair in it, but
Yours
yes,
feels well, okay, this is a romantic film.
yeah,
You
they
know,
romanticize quite a bit, but yes,
John and
yeah.
Alicia's story, I mean, they were together until their deaths at like age 82 and 86, I think.
Well,
So,
since you brought that up, I thought because I was looking up, I said I know they both have obviously passed, but tragically, it wasn't from old age. They
no,
both died together in a car accident in New Jersey when they were coming home after he got accepted the Abel Prize in 2015. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding
heartbreaking.
me.
Yeah.
So
Just taking a cab
oh,
home. Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I mean, I'm glad that they were together, but I did not realize that that is how they passed.
At least, and the stories like that. Now, obviously, it's tragic, but
Mm-hmm.
I like to think it. I take comfort that they were together in their
Yes.
final moments. So
Yes. Yeah.
speaking of, I found this out, and it just blows my mind because I know we're going to talk about Russell Crowe and we're going to talk about Jennifer Connelly,
Mm-hmm.
but early on, before the film rights were even secured for this,
Mm-hmm.
Robert Redford and Tom Cruise, they were like producing partners on The Legend of Bagger Vance, I think.
Yeah.
They had
Okay.
discussed doing this movie with Cruise in the John Nash role and Redford directing it. Can you imagine what that would have been like?
I know. Robert Redford as a director, sure.
Fantastic.
Tom Cruise, no. And that's not a putting him down or anything
It's
because
not his
what
movie.
he's good, yeah, what he's good at, he is good at. But no,
Well,
um,
there's no death defying stunts either for him. So like I don't
yeah,
know if he's like, okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna go learn advanced mathematics and chaos theory to
right,
get in John Nash's head. No,
yeah,
you
yeah.
can't do that.
There's nothing tall enough at Princeton to
Yeah.
parachute off of, or even bungee jump. I
Yeah.
probably not, but
Well, I don't know how you feel about the film Minority Report, but that is the reason that didn't happen.
that
Cruz chose
that
to do Minority Report,
yeah. And I think,
and
yeah, he chose wisely. That was definitely more in his
yeah,
lane. Yeah.
yeah. But after that, after Cruz is on set doing Minority Report, both
Mhm.
icons kind of moved on from the idea, left it alone.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I really can't picture anybody else playing John Nash than Russell Crowe after. There's just
Well,
no way.
before we talk about Russell Crowe,
Yeah.
let's take a quick break.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate Deaf Dave's 1984, a brand new show that will take you through the greatest pop culture year we have ever seen.
Wax on,
My fellow Americans,
wax off.
I am a candidate and will seek re-election.
From movies, music, sports, comics, television, and more, this show will be a chronological journey through every aspect of the year. So who's going to drive you home and not let the glory days pass you by? Deaf Dave's 1984. It's a hard habit to break, but time after time I'll show you why 1984 was the best year ever. So who are you going to call? Coming in 2026, subscribe and follow now. I'll be back.
Welcome back. We are discussing Ron Howard's 2001 drama, A Beautiful Mind. So Russell Crowe claimed he wanted to play this role upon the first reading of Akiva Goldsman's screenplay. Akiva's that good. I mean, he's a
Mm-hmm.
legend in the screenwriting world, but and you said you can't imagine anyone before we took a break. You said you couldn't imagine anyone else playing this role.
I mean, I know it's easier said after you see him in it, but even now, 25 years later, he was still the perfect choice.
Well, you're not the only one that felt that way. Producer Brian Brazer was especially taken with Russell Crowe
Mhm.
after seeing him in L.A. Confidential, which is one of my favorite
Yes.
Russell Crowe
Oh,
movies.
yes. That is where the
Yeah.
crush began.
Oh,
The
is that what?
cru-
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
the crushing for Crow. I mean, it is settled long ago, but yes, that was
Yeah.
That movie into the early 2000s, yes, there was a significant Crow crush.
Well, it was that movie and The Insider that had Grazer
Ooh, yeah,
becoming
that
a
was really good
fan.
too. Yeah.
He said on getting Russell Crowe for this, on casting him, he said, I zeroed in on Russell because he can communicate so intensely without
Hmm.
words.
Yes,
I
agreed.
agree to that.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's I mean he's so gentle, like his performance of John Nash. He's
Hmm.
very gentle even when he's kind of cold and a little less personable.
Hmm.
Not by choice. It's just that's just his
It's
way.
always what, yeah.
He's still, he just seems, you know, like he's intense. Throughout this
Hmm.
entire film, he's intense.
And I feel like even when he's not speaking, looking, and not even just in this role, but you just know like so much going on behind
Yeah.
that expression, those eyes, everything. Like he just has like this his vibration coming off of it.
Yeah.
Um,
The real John Nash, uh, they told Russell Crowe, like, hey, we think John Nash might stop by. And Russell
mhm.
Crowe's like, I don't want to meet him
Yeah,
because,
to
he didn't want his performance to kind of be like skewed in any way,
yeah,
except for the fact Nash, he didn't just visit the set, he visited all the time.
yeah.
So, at that point, Russell's like, what the hell? So they kind of strike up a friendship. And, this gave Crow the opportunity to kind of take cues from him in the way of his mannerisms and his hand gestures.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the stuff you see Crow doing in the movie, like even when he's like hanging out in the library, he
Mm-hmm.
take his barefoot with his shoes and socks off. He's very he does a lot of hand acting. I know that's a weird way to describe it, but he's always moving. You know what I mean? Nash is
Mm-hmm.
always it's almost like a quiet, frantic
Mm-hmm.
uh, thing he's got going on, and Crow got that all from the real John Nash.
Excellent. Yeah, part of he had so much going on in his mind. Probably is physically just was just trying to keep up, and that's just
Hmm.
how it comes out. Yeah.
Let's talk about the unbelievably amazing Jennifer Connelly.
Oh
She's
yes,
playing
she's
Alicia
so
Nash.
lovely. Yes.
Oh, she's more lovely, lovely, lovely.
Yes.
Through the years, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're back in 1986 and you're falling in love with her for the first time when she's 16 in
Mm-hmm.
Labyrinth,
Oh God,
or
yes.
you're falling in love with her, a couple years ago when she's in Top Gun Maverick and she's
Mm-hmm.
she's what, like 52,
Oh yeah.
and somehow becomes more beautiful with every year.
Mm-hmm.
I know some actresses pull that off, but and she's enchanting. I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
word for Jennifer Connelly. She is enchanting.
Agree. Yeah, that's a perfect word for her.
So the real Alicia Nash was from El Salvador,
Oh,
which
okay.
is why Salma Hayek was initially considered for the role. Can you imagine this role? Imagine this movie with Salma Hayek in it, which I'm sure a lot of our male listeners are fine doing that. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, we're talking Jennifer Connelly versus Salma Hayek, so
Mm-hmm.
there are no wrong answers here. But um, she
No, she
also,
she does fantastic drama, yeah, work. So I could see that. Definitely more so than I mean, I wouldn't want her to replace Jennifer Connelly, obviously. I mean, she was fabulous and she won the best supporting actress Oscar for that. But I definitely could see her in the place of Alicia way more than I could Tom Cruise as
I tell
John
you,
Nash.
who I can't see is Brittany Murphy, because that's who Connolly narrowly beats out to take the role. And
Really?
no, and
Yeah.
all due respect to
Right.
late Brittany Murphy, but I
Yeah.
don't know. I just her and Crow, it just doesn't seem like the chemistry is there.
No. Yeah.
All of this though, I got one more name for you. All of this was happening after the fact of Rachel Weisz. She was offered the role and declined it. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, no, definitely. Oh, I love her. Oh my God,
You gotta love Rachel Weisz.
I could go on and on about her, but yeah, no, I love her. But I'd have to look up like what was she, because I know nine, I think maybe the second mommy came
Yeah,
over, wasn't
she's
that
like
like
doing The Mummy Returns, I
2001?
think. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
that
probably a
which
much bigger payday.
not only that, but she needed to be in
Yeah.
the mummy returns. So she needs to maintain that franchise. So I'm actually glad for that.
So I know how Amber feels about this next actor. Well, not the actor, the actor's performance in the Da Vinci Code, but let's talk about Paul
Yes.
Bettany as Charles.
Yes.
Your thoughts on pre-Vision Paul Bettany?
Yeah. I know you're like, oh
I,
wait,
you're a big
that
MCU fan. I had to drop
yeah,
that in
oh
there for
yeah,
you.
no, absolutely, because you're like, oh my god, yes, there was a version of Paul Bettany before Vision, which A Knight's Tale,
Yeah.
he was in Inkheart, so he kind of was still, it seemed like this
Yeah.
character was in that thread of
Hmm.
on his own little path, kind of untethered and
We're doing a Knight's
free will
Tale
kind
later
of.
this year. Are you gonna
Yeah, I
join us
saw
for
that
that
on the
one?
list.
Okay.
Yeah, if there's room. Yeah, I think I did sign up for that one.
I'll make room for you.
Yeah. So this definitely, yeah, went in that same vein. I mean, I could probably guess probably what her thoughts were about the Da Vinci Code, but I will listen to the
Yeah.
podcast to
Yeah.
confirm.
Last
Um,
time I bring up the Da
yeah,
Vinci Code
it's gonna be like
and the
it's gonna be
yeah.
like the trigger words for like the Winter Soldier. All of a sudden, she's gonna start
Yeah.
turning back into
Yeah.
a assassin maniac.
Oh yeah.
um, but no, I mean, I think the contrast to Russell Crowe, I believe he brought that energy to that. He is still very very good about doing like that drama part. So it's not all silly or anything, but he definitely was a good, I think, contrast to
Uh,
Russell Crowe's straight and narrow kind of.
I'll tell you this, and you watch this the first time, and you don't if you especially if you don't know anything about John Nash,
Mm-hmm.
we get this big plot twist, and you're like,
Mm-hmm.
whoa, because it's like a Sixth Sense level
Yeah.
type of thing. Hey, listeners, if you haven't seen A Beautiful Mind and you don't want it spoiled, just hit pause, go watch the
Yeah.
movie, and then come back.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're obviously
Yeah.
it's celebrating its 25th anniversary,
25th.
so we're
Yeah.
going all in. But when you watch this, on your second time, third time, ninth time, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
you have to pay attention to Paul Bettany's physical acting
Mm-hmm.
because he is a hallucination. He's an
Mm-hmm.
imaginary friend. So he can't move physical objects in the room unless it's in Russell Crowe's mind, like the desk, obviously. He kind of throws it out.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that that's Russell Crowe doing it or the John Nash character doing it. But
Mm-hmm.
for him to be oblivious to people that are in the room, for them to be oblivious to him, it's one of
Mm-hmm.
those things where it's like, whoa, like he never gets acknowledged by anybody. And he's always like in a corner and he's always like speaking first and then like, oh, he's here.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love that. I'll tell you this, because I know we got to move on. This film wins its fair share of Golden Globes and Oscars and BAFTAs and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the big winner is Paul Bettany, who was not nominated for anything. And I say he's the big winner, Angela, because this is the film where he met
Met.
Jennifer
Yeah.
Connelly for the
Yeah. And
first time.
they've been together ever since.
Yeah, two began dating after the film wrapped and married to this day. So anyone that gets to go home to Jennifer Connelly every single day, that's the biggest winner. Gosh, I'll tell you right now, because I know how you feel about Tom Hardy,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
Angela
Is
is to
this your
Tom Hardy as Jeff is to Jennifer Connelly. If
wow?
if a
Yeah.
director made a film about a fresh coat of paint drying and that's all we saw, but you had her sitting in the shot, I'd watch like the 3.5 hour director's cut of that movie. That's how great she is.
I can feel that level. That's a good comparison. Like on a scale of to Tom Hardy, where does Jennifer Connelly
There it
fall in
is.
there
There it
for you?
is.
But back when you were talking about knowing that it's Paul Bettany's a
Mhm.
hallucination, I hadn't seen this since it originally came out, and
Yeah.
even though I knew the things were what was real and what wasn't,
Hmm.
I still got so enthralled in it that I forgot, and I was still mildly like surprised when I'm like, oh yeah, like I like I suspended my belief, when starting getting rewatching this and diving into it just enraptured me all over again, um to where I left. I'd seen this before, I know what happens, and I still forgot by just getting lost in the story and the
Yeah, well,
performances.
it's especially on your first time watch, even after they've acknowledged that, he has schizophrenia.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, well, wait, hold on now. He's working for the government. You're still fighting for him a little bit. I feel like I
Yes.
was fighting for him. Like, no,
Yes.
uh, you know, Charles, Paul Bettany's character, he's real.
Mm-hmm.
Ed Harris's DOD, shadowy government guy. He's got to be real.
Mm-hmm.
Nash is working for him. And then when we get to that moment where Nash realizes that Paul Bettany's little niece through the decades like just never gets she's like 10 years old forever, and
Mm-hmm.
that moment I was like, oh, that's brilliant. That's such a brilliant moment in the movie where he now understands that everyone's right, that he is sick, that it's all been in his head because this little girl just does not age. I love that moment. Not that we
Yes.
are jumping into scenes just yet, but can one more thing, one more Jennifer Connelly thing,
Yeah.
since I'm traipsing all over scenes. When he comes in to teach his first class, and he shuts the window and he tells that one
Mhm.
kid, like, your comfort comes second to me needing to hear my own voice. And then she gets up and saunters over the window. The fact that she can tell that construction company to, hey, can you go somewhere else and work for 45 minutes? And like, yes, yeah, we can. Like, yeah, I'll do whatever she says. I'm just telling you.
Right.
She has that power. And it's such a good moment for her.
You need you
Her character is very confident. I love that her character is
yes.
super confident. Kind of takes the point. She's asking Nash out. She's kind of taking
Hmm.
the lead in a lot of these situations, and I don't know. I love her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, she's obviously got that intelligence and that good intuition. But yeah, it's like, yo, Jennifer, you need me to hide a dead body for you?
Yeah,
Don't worry about it, babe. I got
yeah,
it. I got you.
yeah. If this is the town, and Jennifer Connelly walks in and looks at
Yes.
me and says, "Hey, we're gonna go hurt some people, and you can never ask me about it. Whose car are we taking? I'll drive. I'll drive you, Jennifer." Yeah.
Exactly.
we 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 talked about Ed Harris. The film also stars Judd Hirsch, Christopher Plummer, Adam Goldberg, Anthony Rapp, and one of my favorite guys, Josh Lucas, who
Yes.
he's an underrated actor, I feel like.
Yeah, he's done some pretty good things, and I did kind of forget. Yeah, he was in this, but yeah, he's so good in his role too. With that,
His
yeah,
uh his
great supporting
swagger,
cast. Hmm.
yeah. Luke the swagger that Lucas has in this reminds me of his character in American Psycho, which is another one of my favorites. He's just,
Yes, yeah.
cocky, overly confident,
Hmm.
but I love that him and Crow at the end of their characters, after all the years, they
Hmm.
become friends. They're cool with each other. Love it.
Yeah, I do like that exchange when Crow is like, you were right, you're a winner, and then no, they lied to us. There is no winning. I'm super paraphrasing here, but I like that exchange because he was how competitive they were in the beginning,
Hmm.
and even bullying a bit on Josh Lucas's part to come to that mature, um actually grew up, and kind of understood the system, and then being able to have a friendship from that.
Yeah, I got a couple fun things about the background of this production. This one may surprise you. Before this film came to be, Ron Howard was already developing a very similar film titled Laws of Madness. Are you aware of this? Okay. So, like this movie, it also was based on a true story. A guy named Michael Lauder,
Okay.
who successfully graduated from Yale Law School despite his schizophrenia.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's practically, we're talking almost like the same movie. Howard purchased the film rights to this guy's life story for $1.5 million in 1995. And while he was trying to determine whether or not Leonardo DiCaprio or Brad Pitt should play the lead role,
Mhm.
project was immediately canceled in 1998 after the real guy, the real Michael Lauder, murdered his fiance. Yeah, that
Yikes.
nothing shuts a production down faster than murder, really.
There is no PR spinning that, and that is definitely something. Yeah, we're just gonna
Yeah.
take a step away from us.
Yeah. So the movie is based off of Sylvia Nassar's book of the same name, A Beautiful
Mhm.
Mind. Um, there was an excerpt of the book in Vanity Fair, and that's where Ron Howard's longtime producing partner Brian Grazer
There's this one, yeah.
saw it, was fascinated by it. He wins the film rights over producer Scott Rudin, and it's not because he offered more money. It's because the real John and Alicia Nash chose him in the end. They had resisted the idea of their life story being made into a movie for a long, long time, but you know, Grazer has a knack for partnering with the right directors and telling like these stories where especially with Ron Howard, we kind of
Mm-hmm.
he had a quote that I talked about in last week's episode where like why does he choose these American stories where people persevere, right? You
Mm-hmm.
look at like Apollo 13 or
Yes.
Cinderella Man. John Nash is one of those guys. Like he doesn't give up. It's a survival story if you think
Mm-hmm.
about it.
No, absolutely.
So on casting, Ron Howard stated, and I'm quoting him here, there's an element of danger with a number of these actors, especially Russell Crowe, Ed Harris, and Christopher Plummer. There's a palpable, visceral tension with them on screen, the threat of some kind of explosion. And he's right. These guys they all have a long history of doing these. I mean, they have explosive uh, personalities.
Yes.
Not I'm not saying in a bad way. Like you could throw Gene Hackman in with this group.
Mm-hmm.
It's just they have a tendency. Like they can be very animated in their performances. I absolutely agree with him though. Absolutely. And then one last thing for you, Angela. Talking, we kind of talked about these hallucinations. You know how the real John Nash's hallucinations were auditory.
Yeah.
He heard the voices, but never suffered from visual hallucinations. So the characters portrayed by Paul Bettany and Ed Harris and the little girl, done purely for cinematic aesthetic, which
Mm-hmm.
I think you have to have in a movie.
Oh yeah, it's
It
be
wouldn't have
hard
worked if we
to
just heard voices, and
correct.
plus that we're giving it away.
Mm-hmm.
If all of a sudden Paul Bettany bursts into the dorm room to announce his arrival, and we don't see anybody. That's we immediately like, what's this guy's crazy? What's going on? You gotta have it.
Yes, visually in the film, we would need those hallucinations to be in physical form for us to have them be as real to us as just the auditory hallucinations were as real to him. So,
Yeah.
even though, yeah, those it was fabricated, you definitely had to have that element, and for a film version that'd be very hard. Also, too, with I think without that, if you're just like the hearing voices thing, I think maybe too much of that automatically kind of maybe like a bias of, oh, this person is crazy, and it's easy to miss the character
Mm-hmm. I think you're right.
too with that. So you're also stepping into his mind and his world again, being just completely enthralled by all that, not realizing it is all in his head, without taking away the brilliance of his contribution, mathematics, that no, he wasn't just a crazy person who absolutely made no sense. There was plenty right with his mind, different way, but he was still able
Mm-hmm.
to, create these highest accolades for him, and still being used in.
Well said, Angela. I'll tell you what. Let's take another break, and then when we get back, I know we got to talk about a scene or two.
Ever notice how some of the most legendary movies, TV shows, and songs were never supposed to work?
Box office flops on paper, network rejects, songs the artist didn't even want to record.
And yet, boom, instant classic, cultural obsession, songs that have played everywhere nonstop for decades.
We dig into the projects that were supposed to flop and accidentally became icons.
Bad ideas, bad timing, somehow perfect results.
This is The Accidental Legends, proving that failure is just a success that showed up late.
We're available anywhere that you find podcasts: Spreaker, Apple, or Spotify.
Okay, so I know there's a scene you want to talk about. Before we get to the scene you want to talk about, because there's one I want to talk about, and I'm gonna bend the rules a little bit here. I'm gonna give an honorable mention because it's such a small, insignificant scene,
Mm-hmm.
but I just love it so much. And I'm talking about the opening of the movie where Nash is standing there listening to Rapp and Goldberg's characters, and he's looking at the light refracting off the glass,
Mm-hmm.
and then taking that to the orange slices, and then moving it to the guy's tie,
Mm-hmm.
and seeing like the whole theory, like the whole mathematics of finding those shapes, the
Mm-hmm.
guy's ugly tie. I just love the cinematography there. I think it's
Yes.
amazing what they're able to do, and it immediately it immediately puts you in John Nash's mind, and you get the idea of like, okay, this is what this guy's all about. He can see things
Mm-hmm.
that we can't see. He can. It's like a you dump a 100-piece puzzle on the ground. He's putting it together, and like immediately he can see it, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I love that moment. But I just had to point that out real quick. But
Yeah.
Angela, whatever your scene is, I'm sure I'm going to ask you: did you pick it because of the cinematography, like the ugly tie? Did you pick it because of a strong performance? Is it the pivotal moment? Amber's trying to wedge a new topic in here. Is it the scene that didn't piss Amber Lewis off? Uh, Tried that last week, by the way. Like, what scene? Well, it's a scene that didn't piss me off. It's like that's not one of the choices, but it might become one of our new choices. Did the scene piss Amber Lewis off? But what do you? So tell us, why did you pick this scene? What's the reason behind it?
I feel it was a pivotal moment, at least in regards to the relationship.
Ooh, okay, this is gonna be good because I've got a pivotal moment, and you could argue that there might be more than one,
Probably a
but
few, yeah.
mine has nothing to do with Alicia. So tell us the scene that we're talking about.
I love the scene where it's after he realizes that he is hallucinating because the little girl never ages. And
Hmm.
that was also at the point where basically Christopher Plummer's character, who plays a psychiatrist,
Psychiatrist, yeah.
um, you know, advises her to send John back to the hospital. Um, but after Russell Crowe's character, John acknowledges that, they're in the bedroom where he's sitting on the edge of the bed, and then she's kneeling before him, and she's talking about, if you want to know what is real and what isn't real, and then placing his hand on her heart and on his heart and his mind, there is something grander out
Yeah, I need
there.
I need to believe that something
Yes.
extraordinary.
You wanna know what's real? This. 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 This is real. Maybe the part that knows the waking from the dream. Maybe it isn't here. Maybe it's here. I need to believe that something extraordinary is possible.
I mean, and you could argue that it was a strong performance, but so very quiet, and it was so real, and it was just kind of reconnecting him to, like, grounding him.
Yeah.
I think in her showing the that she was willing to, hey, I want to work with you, I want to support you in this, I don't want to have to send you to this place because I know what you're capable of, I know the parts of you that aren't this chaos and this the mental illness that is the paranoid schizophrenia. So and I know the movie oversimplified their relationship a bit, that they left out, and that's okay, but I just really loved that her grounding him and her not just abandoning him, her not just, writing him off, but trying to, hey, if you can remember that this, is real, we can get through this. So I
I
really, really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I guarantee. I can't remember exactly. Like thinking back, because it's been 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
The night of the Academy Awards, when and the nominees are, I guarantee you when they announce Jennifer Connelly's name, that's the scene where she's like, "I need to believe that,"
Mm-hmm. I
it's
believe
got to
so
be that
too.
moment,
Yeah.
and everyone like
Yeah.
gives her a little applause. It's a beautiful scene. I like that you picked that one. I have a different kind of a pivotal moment, and it happens early on. But I want to talk about Nash disproving Adam Smith's governing dynamics.
Adam Smith needs revision.
What are you talking about?
If we all go for the blonde, we block each other. Not a single one of us is going to get her. So then we go for her friends. But they will all give us the cold shoulder because nobody likes to be second choice. But what if no one goes for the blonde? We don't get in each other's way, and we don't insult the other girls. That's the only way we win. That's the only way we all get laid. Adam Smith said, the best result comes from everyone in the group doing what's best for himself, right? That's what he said, that's right? Incomplete. Incomplete. Okay? Because the best result would come from everyone in the group doing what's best for himself and the group.
Ash, this is some way for you to get the blonde on your own. You can go to hell.
Governing dynamics, gentlemen. Governing dynamics. Adam Smith. Who's wrong?
Yep, there we go. Careful.
I got to tell you, when this movie came out, me and my buddies applied this. Like when we were going out to the bars and the clubs, we were like, you know what? That's pretty damn smart. Yeah. So, the governing dynamics. Every man for himself is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Every man working together in their best interests is better for the group. And it's like, okay, so we at this point, this is the second time where a group of co-eds walk in. They're at school. Group of co-eds walks into the bar. There's a knockout. I mean, she is just a platinum blonde knockout in the center. Like a gazelle. And then she
goes to 11.
Yeah. She's
Shout out to Rob Reiner. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be fair though. Her other friends that are with her are all attractive. It's just they're standing next to her and you're gonna see her. And they're all like, they're zeroed in on her. And then he explains how if they all go after her, they all lose. Because even her girls are gonna be like, they don't want to be slighted, like, hell, you picked her first. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I love how he, because even at first they're skeptical. They're like, you just want the blonde for yourself. And he's like, no, listen. And the way it's shot, where like you're like she vanishes and then they all show up and then, it's brilliant. I love it. It's so much fun. I know it's a little sexist. However, it is such a cool way to disprove this guy's theory. And at this point, John Nash does not have his original idea for his doctorate, for his paper. And it's this moment with this beautiful blonde in the bar where he knows what he's going to do, with the game theory or whatever they call it. And he, so I love it. I love that he even pops up. He's ready to go to work and he stops just to say thank you to her. She's like,
she's like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Where's this guy going? Yeah. I love that moment. It's one of my favorites.
Of course, it would have been nice. Like, hey, I'm sorry that, well, not really necessarily apologize. I'm sorry I didn't choose you or rejected you, but I also wanted to thank you for your inspiration. So you did help me in a way, just not in the way you thought I was going to use you for.
Yeah. Miss, you just initiated the Nobel Peace Prize for me.
Simple thank you goes a long way.
Yeah. Hey, but behind every guy, there's a hardworking woman, right? Even when she's a platinum blonde walking into the bar.
Absolutely. But yes, that is too. Hey,
Angela,
he explained it in ways that these guys could understand.
Yeah.
Like, okay, do you want to go home alone? With a maybe, just because you're, and let's be honest, you guys don't need to be shooting that high anyway. Come
Yeah.
on. Do you
Well,
really think your chances are there? I
hey,
get it. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, blah, 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 blah. Okay, but you need to be reasonable and logical with
hey,
us. Come on.
all I know is 22-year-old Jeff saw this movie
Oh,
and
well,
was
yeah.
like, okay, now it's a game changer.
I am
We
down
go,
with math. I get why I
yeah,
can use math now.
math is hot. Yeah, thank you. Speaking of math, Angela, let's run the numbers here. A Beautiful Mind was released on December 13th, 2001. On a budget of 58 million, it grossed $316.8 million worldwide, nominated for 5 Golden Globes, winning 3 of them. That was Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, and Best Screenplay. Ron lost the Best Director, and James Horner lost Best Score. But at the Academy Awards, it's nominated for 5 and wins 4 of them. And we're talking about Best Picture, Best Supporting Actress, Best Screenplay, and Best Director. Crow did not take home the Best Actor Oscar. Angela, do you remember any guesses, or do you remember who actually did get that one that night?
I did. It's Denzel Washington for Training Day.
Yes.
I remember that because that was also the year that I'm going to insert my little salty rant that I'm still holding on to 25 years later, that Halle Berry won Best Actress when Nicole Kidman should have won it for Moulin Rouge. I will stand by that statement till the day I die.
Okay.
So that's another thing I could take away from that year's Oscars.
So listeners, next what is it, March, we will be talking about Moulin Rouge, and I'm sure Angela will have some things to say
Yes.
about the film. So
There's
yeah.
a little preview.
Oh, hey.
No, I love the movie, so it's not a rant
you-
about the movie. I love the movie.
You and Amber, I'm telling you. Is it just Ron Howard? Is that what's bringing it out of you guys? I don't know. I don't
No,
know
no. Ron Howard's a
connective-
lovely man.
I
I'm not
don't know
mad
what the
at
connective
him.
tissue is. I'm just saying that Angela plus Amber plus Ron Howard movies equals rant of some sort,
Well, this was just a segue, like an extra little trivial part of thought in adjacent. It had nothing to do with Ron Howard.
It's a pre-rant. You're just gearing up for Moulin Rouge. Okay, I got
that's
it.
right. The seeds have been planted.
Oh, okay. Well, moving on from the seeds and back to the numbers. A Beautiful Mind has an 8.2 out of 10 IMDb score, a 74% on Rotten Tomatoes, and if you're on Letterboxd, it's a 3.9 out of 5. Angel, I had a question. I had a ranking question for you, but I think you tipped your hat way earlier. Because I was going to ask you, these guys, they're always trying to get the blonde that's in the bar, and you happen to be a blonde. And I'm just wondering, like, when Russell Crowe and Josh Lucas walk in, are you looking at Crowe, or I was going to ask if you're looking at Crowe or Lucas, but I think you made it clear that what'd you say? Crushing on Crowe, right?
Yeah, I did have a Crowe crush, starting with LA Confidential. Yes. Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think I would notice Josh Lucas, but I'd be like, I know you. I know what you're trying to do, and then I'd be like, okay.
Do you notice Josh Lucas when you hear him all the time on the radio or on TV? Do you know that he's the voice of Home Depot right now?
That's him.
That's him. That's Josh Lucas.
I can hear the voice in my head, but no, I had no idea that was him. Okay. Well, interesting. I did not know that he was still in my life every now and then on the radio.
Yes. More saving, more doing. Yeah.
Yes. I wouldn't have thunk it.
All right. I'll tell you what. Let's take one last break and then we'll wrap things up, because I want to hear what you're thinking about an underrated Ron Howard project. We'll hear that in just a moment. Okay, so something different here, Angela. Typically we would be talking about an underrated film, so we'd ask like, "Hey, what about some other projects? What about some other projects that this director has?" And that gave us a chance to briefly talk about some big budget movies. Now that the things are turned upside down, my question to you is, make your choice: written by, directed by, or starring which underrated project from Ron Howard would you suggest?
See, I struggled with this, so I'm going to be extra different and flip it. I couldn't really tell you an underrated one, but I will give you my opinion as to which film he directed that is overrated.
Uh, do you and Amber just get the outline and just decide that you're going to rewrite it? Is that what everyone else just is in line? Like, all right, but you got you too.
Well, looking through his history, I was like, no, that was good. No, that was good. No, that was good. And I'm like, you know what? I know how I could answer this, but
it's your first one of the season. So I'm gonna give you a pass here.
I appreciate it. I
Okay,
will make it a habit.
What overrated project would you say would you recommend for a Ron Howard?
I am going to
fan?
get so much slack for this, I am sure, and I'm sure you're probably going to put this on par with Amber's ranting of last week. But I think it's How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Okay. I'm not going to disagree with you.
Okay.
Okay. I am very loyal to the Boris Karloff. Was that like 1966? I think.
Yeah.
I'm very loyal to that, and I know that there have been like one or two animated new movies, and then we got the Jim Carrey Grinch. It's fun, it's nice, but yeah, I could give that, and you are recommending it. You're just saying, hey, it's a little overrated, but it's Christmas time. What else are you gonna watch, right?
Right. It's definitely one of those that I don't rewatch like on my own, but if like my nephew wanted to, which he's getting a little bit older, so he's not really into that anymore. It has its moments, it has its things, but just generally overall, yes, I just think that was put a little bit on too high of a pedestal.
Okay.
What probably a lot of people put it on.
I've got an underrated film directed by Ron Howard you might want to check out.
Okay.
1994, a film called The Paper. Did you ever see that one?
It was Michael Keaton in that one?
Yes, starring. Okay, so you got Michael Keaton.
It was a long time ago.
So well, it's 1994. Yeah. We're talking Michael Keaton, Glenn Close, Randy Quaid, Robert Duvall, Marissa Tomei, your girl Catherine O'Hara is in it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then and Ron's little brother Clint Howard is in this one.
That's so funny when he pops up.
I love it. He's not in this one.
Oh,
sadly.
Is he? Okay.
No, no Clint Howard in A Beautiful Mind, but the Paper.
Yeah, no, not this one. No, yeah.
Yeah, but The Paper, which did have Clint Howard, very quiet box office, but critically acclaimed. It had an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got that fast, fun, frantic energy of the newsroom. Like I like a good newspaper movie, like All the President's Men or Spotlight. Just I love that atmosphere, I guess. They're trying to crack the story.
Yeah.
I think it's great performances. I say check it out.
Okay. Yeah. It's been so long, God, since I've seen it. I mean, I remember Michael Keaton was in it, but since you brought up the Clint Howard usually kind of pops up in Ron's movies. He didn't in A Beautiful Mind, but when I was doing research on the cast, apparently his daughter Bryce Dallas Howard played a Harvard student. I'd have to go back and actually find her, but she is listed as that.
Blink and you miss her.
Yeah.
It's her. I think it's like when he's getting taken away in the car. I think she's one of the students that's like standing right there.
Oh, okay.
So your recommendation, would you recommend A Beautiful Mind to people?
Oh, absolutely. It's a fantastic film, fantastic performances. Yes, I would still recommend, learning, about the real life people, that were in there. So obviously with films, things are exaggerated or creative licensing, things like that. But it is definitely worth getting to know the actual people that this movie is based on too. So, and it opens up to learning what his contribution was to the world. So he's
absolutely
definitely a person worth knowing a little bit more about. And this is definitely a nice little entry point to that.
Yeah, it's I think it's one of Ron Howard's best. It's one of those that you watch it, you enjoy it, and then you want to dig deeper. You want to find out about the real John Nash. It's available to rent on most streaming platforms, but I highly recommend the DVD or Blu-ray for this one. It's got some deleted scenes as well as 2 audio commentaries, one with screenwriter Akiva Goldsman and the other with Ron Howard himself. And they're both good. I can tell you. I can vouch for that. Listeners, come back this Friday because our new limited series, A Script By, will be available. Brad Kozo hosts a deep dive into the screenwriting process of some of Hollywood's biggest movies with lively discussion about how well they're written and how well they transition from the page to the silver screen. And then we'll have a new theme for February that we're calling Washington and the Man. Do you like Denzel Washington movies? How about films directed by Michael Mann? If so, don't miss a Film by Podcast in February. And next time, we'll be talking about Tony Scott's 2006 thriller, Deja Vu. If you've seen it, how would you summarize it in 5 words? You can go to afilmbypodcast.com to give us your answer, or email us at afilmbypodcast@gmail.com. If we use your 5-word synopsis on the show, we'll shout you out on the episode and you'll get some A Film by swag, which, Angela, might be some stickers, might be one of our new t-shirts. We've got a couple of those color-changing stadium cups still that we've been passing out at the conventions.
Those are very
maybe you get one of
cool.
them. Yeah. Please join us on social media. You can find us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and X. We love interacting with you, sharing opinions, taking your requests for future episodes, and debating great movies. Angela, I think is it this week you've got a another movie review for us on our website, right?
Yep, it's going to be about Kate Winslet's directorial debut called Goodbye June. That was released on Christmas Eve, so check it out.
Yeah, I would ask you right now, but I'm sure you're going to tell me like, no, go read it. It's there. maybe it's time.
I can give you a little preview if you'd like.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. There's a movie, listeners. Movie came out. I think it's a Netflix original called "The Woman in Cabin 10." I enjoyed it. I thought it was kind of. I mean, it's predictable and and Hitchcockian, but I enjoyed it. You can go to our Facebook page and you can see Angela's very brief review.
I didn't know if you were really going to post it.
I was like, oh,
just for a gag.
Wow, this woman is she's working some overtime. I got 2 movie reviews, and I was like, oh, what's she have to say about The Woman in Cabin 10? I was like, oh, okay, well,
like 2 sentences.
Maybe not for the website, but I'll definitely put that on Facebook for our listeners. Yeah, maybe it's time you get your own column. I don't know. You'll need a catchy title though. We got to figure this out. If you're gonna keep doing these, we got to get you. There should be a link on the website for your movie reviews. Wayne's writing book reviews. You're doing movie reviews. It's you get all kinds of good stuff on that website now. So
yeah, I will brainstorm.
All right. Well, in the meantime, to all of you listening to the show, following us on social media, and subscribing to our Patreon, we thank you.